Oh, welcome back to Stockton Junction. And so I've been a little bit busy. Got the hillside ready for the farm area up on the top there. Paint's still drying, but also just grab this bridge a second and put it in place. So we've got, to start off, obviously this track's a bit higher, so it needs to come down, as you can see. So I've got a nice little gradual slope going there. That's going to be a 4th radius curve. Fits perfectly with a couple of Hornby 4th radiuses. And I've built the next embankment section, which is going to be like between the two. It comes round, it starts to drop off there, but then the tracks start to come back towards each other and come together. So that's coming on quite nicely. I've got obviously more to do. I've got this to go into the front here, and that will be a similar thing. So that will be shaved off this side to create another embankment, and this will stay at this height. This will come up gradually up to here, nice slope there, and then on the top of here I've got plans for what's all going to go along the front here, but I can't put too much more in. I can put this piece in, but I can't do any more here yet until I finish that area and I start doing the back section along there as well. So that's progress so far. So next job is to start putting some scatters onto that section and the front around the tunnel entrance of that section. I don't want to do the top yet because obviously I've got to work out where all the farm's going. So I've got lots to do. I've also been busy putting some shelves up. So I've got some shelves there all the way around to look after some of the stuff. I've still got to put shelves all the way around and all the way down that end. It's a complete mess in here at the moment, but that's hence why I want the shelves, so I can start clearing off some of these surfaces so I can do some more work. So I'm working on this at the moment. I'm also working on another area which I'm videoing as I work, so I'll be doing that as a later video, as there's quite a lot to do in that part. But that's progress so far. I've also left this gap here. It's perfectly sized so I can put some A4 printouts. So I want to have a lot of train pictures, and they're going to fit in all the way around there quite nicely. So I'll have lots of nice imagery to look at as well. Just makes, you know, brightens the place up a little bit with some stuff. So yeah, and also I've also done all that back scene there now. This is where the scrapyard area is going to go. But obviously I want to finish the farm area at the back before I start working on this nearer area at the moment. So it's another bit of a storage yard at the moment. But yeah, that's progress so far. I'll come back and show you when I've done a bit more. So using the scatters that I make, I've given this a coat, and obviously I've got the hoover up. There'll be patchy bits, and there's obviously 2 different colours. So what I do, I use these. This is a lot of the scatter I made. That's not lighter, it's just the sunlight hitting it from the doorway. Yeah, so what I do, as I think I showed this in a previous video anyway. Very simple process. Not covering everywhere, I'll just do a small area. And you don't want to work in too big an area, because otherwise the glue can dry before you get there, get it all done. I'm just going to cover, the top's going to be covered more because that's going to be part of a field anyway there, so that's fine. But the reason I do it the way I'm doing it, even though I'm going to cover it, a lot of it with grass, is the different colours of the layers underneath do still like show. It does affect the colour of the grass underneath it, above it. So what I do now is I get my darker one and just scatter it where I want, just randomly. I want a bit more on that edge. And then what's remaining, literally just douse it with the lighter. And the good thing is, what I do afterwards, I'll hoover it all up and I'll put this in as a mixed one, which I can use elsewhere. So maybe for a top hole field I could just use the mixed for some areas. And then obviously it'll not look like it looks now once I take all the glue off. I've got more to do, but I just do that bit to show you. So that's done. And basically what I've done for these areas is the same process, as you can see. And then obviously a bit of grass. I haven't grassed any of this yet, but the grass does go, once you put the grass onto those areas, leaving patchy bits where the earth is, it does look really, really good. And these are, although they look a bit brighter on the paint, they actually look paler on the camera. It's actually a bit of a darker green, but it will look good. So I'll show you the next process once this is all dried, and we're going to start the whole landscape's going to start taking shape then. Right, so the embankment I've hoovered off, and you can see it's got some nice subdued colours coming on. So now we need to start adding the grass to get the same things, so it all blends in with everything else. So I'm just going to run through this, and just wanted, before I start doing this one, I just want to talk about the next series that's coming up. Something I've already started filming and I've actually nearly finished the next video for. So I'm going to be doing a series called Down on the Farm, and obviously I'm going to be doing that in various different sections. The first one is called Making Tracks, and that's all about how I make all the muddy tracks and everything for the farm. And it's quite a good little video, shows you how to make them yourself. So hopefully you'll get the idea and might find it useful. So keep an eye out for that series coming out very shortly. So anyway, the first obviously thing I'm going to do, because I'm going to use two different lots of static grass. So I'm going to use 4mm, and I'm going to use the some 12mm in places as well. So I don't want to cover everything with 4mm because I want to leave some patches for putting. I'm going to blend this across some of the old scenery here, because obviously it needs to all go through together. I think the top would be all more similar colours, some similar size, but I'll have a few patches of longer grasses around it as well. So that's basically what we'll be doing. I won't sit here and do the whole lot while you watch, because I'm sure you get quite bored. But the one thing as I've said before, don't cover the whole thing. It just looks unrealistic unless it is a whole grass field. But I mean, quite often, especially if you're planting trees and things and bushes and stuff, this gives you places to put those so it doesn't look silly, because you wouldn't have grass growing necessarily under a tree where there's a bit of shade and so on. So just move the bridge out the way. I think it'll be a bit easier to get to there. So I loaded enough grass in here even, so. And as you can see, I'm not actually earthing that to any of the glue. I'm just earthing it to the ground, and it's working perfectly. So quite often I'll actually earth it to the tracks sometimes as well. That works. As long as it's earthed to something that's touching, I think it does tend to still pick up. Or I found it works fine. So. That tapping sound is actually something inside. I need to pack it out to stop it, because I actually converted this. This was a cheap Chinese one, didn't work, so I literally bought one of the units that does the power for inside of it and made it myself. Quite powerful one as well, works really well. So a little bit more up there maybe. So obviously I've done that section. Now need to leave that to dry, come back, hoover it off, put in some other grasses around the edges and in other patches. So I'll come back and do that later on. So I've put all the grass on this area, going round to there for now, and I'm going to now come along with some 12mm wild grass and straw blended together, which is this stuff. I like to do a blend of these to simulate some dead grass in there as well, and we'll do some in there, and I'll come back and show you it once it's done, rather than sitting there watching me just putting static grass on. So I'll see you shortly. Well, just a quick one to end this video. It's only a little video today, as I've been working on a bigger video, which is going to be a really good one, as I said earlier. And just thought I'd show you this work on here so far. So I've got these two boats here, which are Any Scale Models boats. I also ordered a canal boat, but I got the wrong one, and it doesn't look the right sort of size of what I wanted. I might use it, or I might do something else with it. So, but just thought I'd say, these people here, that's actually a representation of myself, my partner and my dog, because we used to go fishing a lot, and she's there taking a picture of the catch of the day. So those lovely little models. A walker walking down as well, and some scale model scenery life buoys. There's one there and another one down the end there. It's all coming on quite nicely, and the hillside, as you can see, I've started putting the grasses on all the way around to there. I've now got to put some other bushes and bits of stuff on there just to finish all that off, but I'll do that at a later date. I just wanted to get it sort of base scene done for now. So as I'm working on another part of the layout, which is the farm, and that video will be going up probably tomorrow, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. It's going to be a very good one. It's going to be called On the Farm Part 1, Making Tracks. So there you go, keep an eye out for it. You can see I've got a bit of a visitor and Stonehenge over there. I've got a TARDIS over there. Doctor Who did film at Stonehenge, so you never know what's going to happen over there. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all soon.